And one of the things that Mac Jones, I think, has been a strength of Mac Jones is sometimes we see with Brock likes to test the ball downfield because he thinks there are a lot of opportunities to make bigger plays. And sometimes in doing that, he will force some throws. There's a risk involved in that. And when all he would have to do sometimes is just toss it over to Christian on the side and let Christian pick up 10 yards. But that is how Brock plays. Brock is so adept at reading his receivers and knowing where guys are supposed to be that he's actually thinking so much further downfield. And with that, you have the possibility of being on the wrong page, or especially earlier this season, or a receiver dropping a ball when the easy outlet is like just a money 10 yards. Mac does not really mess with that. Mac's like, I'm surveying the field. I know I got this guy who's just waiting out there and he's going to pick up positive yardage for me no matter what. You know what? I'm not messing with this. Boom, Christian. He has done that very well this year. And it is, I'm sure Shanahan probably thinks there may be bigger plays out there, but when Christian is doing what he's doing, you're probably okay with it. But Mac is not taking that for granted. Mac is like, nope, I'm putting the ball in the hands of our best player as many times as I can. And that has been a positive for this offense outside of last week when it wasn't, because it didn't work, because Houston knew exactly what was coming. I don't know
Right.
why the Giants didn't watch the same tape, because
Mm-hmm.
I would have, but Christian was wide open all game long, and Mac just took advantage of it. And I thought, that was just the smart play. That was Mac making the smart reads, getting the ball to your best player and letting him cook.
Yeah, you are so right. That is such an astute observation. I think I might have relayed this story before here, but when Brock took over after the Jimmy injury, I had an old coworker who he was a huge Iowa State fan. So I reached out to him to get his scouting report on Brock. And that's one of the things that I took away from it. He said that he's got a little YOLO to him. And he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Brock is kind of a gunslinger
Yeah.
in that way. Like, so he said he'll take chances with the ball. Because it just shows that, it always was funny to me how people tried to paint him. People try to paint, Brock in all kinds of ways, but like you put playing painting him as like this all shucks kind of guy. That dude is confident as hell in his abilities, and he believes that he can make every play out there on the field. And so he's gonna test it and in ways that Mac is just doesn't seem to be built that way. And I saw an interview with him where he talks about, he's been through a lot in the league, so he really kind of appreciates this opportunity and appreciates having somebody like Christian who he can just
Yeah.
give the ball to. He stated that it's a pleasure to have somebody like him be your safety valve. Because good thing, most likely when you get to him the ball, something good is gonna happen. So I can't um I can't fault him for that.